What's going on, everybody? This is Trunks, and we are here at Crimson Moon Gaming. Hope you guys are having a good time. I'm having a great time. You know what time it is. Let's get back into this. We're back to Tales of Arise.
This place is rather gloomy.
Let's
Why don't
get
you
this
lighten
going.
the mood for us while we're here, then?
I'll see what I can do.
We are finally on Lenegis. Let's go see what it's like here. Since, it's been a minute. Let's go see what's in here. Got nowhere else to go but forward. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Let's see what kind of... Oh, that's what we want to see. Everything is on fire. Yeah. Hey, we should fit right in, right? We're in renting gear, right? I mean, I would hope. Maybe. Who knows? Good old Lenegis. Alright, let's do this. Well, three of us are in renting gear. Alright.
What in the world?
It's just like my life some days.
I was prepared for a lot of things to
Oh,
look different.
Brandon, I'm sorry.
This is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very
Hey,
foundations
V,
of the
welcome
city have
in, welcome
shifted.
in. Yep, this part.
What could have caused this?
When
Lots of
Lenegis
things.
changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior, too.
Uh-oh.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
Right.
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Uh-oh.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
Avakir.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Uh-oh.
Heard what?
Shit's going crazy.
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim. Don't
Well,
tell
good
me
luck.
you started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
It was like, what if I have, bastard?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening. But so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone?
I mean,
What business could you possibly have there?
don't worry about it.
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
Right?
You're just
no,
the
I
same
get it.
as ever. I wish I could help.
I know you're
but with the
I'll be
changed
happy with that, too.
topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very
We'll
well.
find it ourselves
It looks
then.
like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Let us
Have
go.
you seen Faria yet?
I just got here, bastard.
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
Yeah, you best shut up.
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I mean, he's not trying to see
I've
her.
no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
I'm not
And
trying to go see her anyway.
Take care of yourself. Okay, Doe?
Doe. A deer, a female deer. I'm sorry. That's a bad joke. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
So who's Faria?
Uh-oh.
Law?
I mean, we were always wondering it.
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
Right?
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at
Let's
it,
see.
we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
Let's go.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's
Alright.
leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danans poking their noses around.
Good
Right?
idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
I mean, right?
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two.
Alright.
The Danans among us should probably keep our heads.
So, one thing I do want to do because it bugs me. Go with the Unifier ponytail. Because
Down.
Why do people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
right?
What are we, dogs?
I mean, to
What
them,
could be
yes.
so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process.
Lots of
It's
things.
just unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
Well, then let's
From
get
how
to
it
it.
looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
We don't know.
Whatever
Not until we
their
get to
purpose,
the...
disrupting
to the
their
what's called.
siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their end game is.
Well, then let's get to the
He's
Forbidden
right.
Zone.
We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right?
Let's
So
go.
what are we waiting for?
That's
Let's
what-
get moving.
That's what I'm wondering.
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat.
But you're stopping and chatting. See, look, more stopping and chatting.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
Probably
What
not.
do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration to avoid all this chaos.
Now that they don't care.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me. As
Now,
far
if
as
they
we were
don't give a
concerned,
damn.
Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry, that probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all.
I mean,
Sometimes
it's
it takes
true.
an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Then let's go.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
Then let's go. Enough talking. We gotta go find people. There's people. What you got, people? Old dude.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become.
Man, this dude's
Just
talking
look
slow
at the
as
state
hell.
of our city. Even the Zugals have stopped heeding our commands.
Uh-oh.
Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really
Lots of
have no
things.
clue what might have caused this?
Lots of things.
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know.
I mean, but
We
just
have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could
Uh-oh.
I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris? I believed he
Yep.
was on Dana.
just came home.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
And then shut up and keep your head
As
down.
your lordship wishes. First Lenegis mutates beyond recognition. Now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed.
See, I'm like you guys. I'm like that. I want to know what the hell.
The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Uh-huh.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
But we already know who the Sovereign is. The Sovereign's, what is over here? The Sovereign is, what's his name? Anyone hear me, please? Someone answer me. What's going on? Why can't I reach anyone? Ooh. But the Sovereign is, well, was Volron. Because he had the Sovereign's mark. Alright. There's somebody hurt over here. Let's heal him up. In all my years, never have I seen such potent healing arts. Thank you so much for taking the time to help an old woman like me. No problem, ma'am.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Alright, let's keep going. Hey, you. Tell me what happened.
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you.
Uh-huh.
I descended to Dana in the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I
Okay.
witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
Nope. Probably not.
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
I mean, this is true.
What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
She's a villain.
Never mind. Forget I asked.
She's an
Sorry
evil,
to
evil
take up your
woman.
time.
That's what we're trying to find her. Keep running. And we're running, and we're running, and we're talking. You.
Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
A lot of lost.
Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself.
Yeah, don't.
The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best.
Who's
I
the Sovereign?
didn't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
What way is that?
You mean you know another way round?
Let us know.
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes,
Me?
strange, isn't it?
What about
if
me?
you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters,
Well, then
but
let's
I've
go.
no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least.
Shall we go?
I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd
Look
really
at
do that for
Dohalim
me? A lord
being
troubling
all-
himself for someone of my lowly status?
Look at that.
Our
Look,
lot in life
Dohalim.
is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
Look at Dohalim being
Well,
all.
we've canvassed the city for information. What do you think?
I mean,
No one
bad
has the
thing is,
faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd
That's
think
over?
that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent. Which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth. That Lenegis is under some kind of control.
uh-oh.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly
Hey,
okay with it
Larry,
all.
how you doing?
Yeah,
Welcome in.
That one
How
guy
you
even
doing?
said Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way
Welcome
people have been conditioned.
welcome in. How
Their
are you
belief
doing?
runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason.
A little
To
sleepy,
them,
but I am
it's
here
all part
playing
of the
games.
Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
Right?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case... I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you
Mr.
getting
Cow,
at,
you the
Dohalim?
Sovereign.
Assuming what
You
I
can't be
believe to be
sovereign.
correct, it's
You
possible
don't have
that no one
astral
on
arts.
Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his
Well, it's okay,
will
Larry,
on
I'll
Lenegis
speak to you.
single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis.
So how do you get the Sovereign?
That individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all
those are totally different arts.
At this point, I no longer know
Those aren't
what
astral
to believe.
arts.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danon. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest.
Right.
That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganeth Heros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you?
See, here's my
The ceremony
thing.
can't go forward without the Renis Alma, the same one that the Red Woman stole.
Here's my
There's
thing with the
something
whole
else the
thing.
ceremony needs.
The
A
maiden.
maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me.
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off
Okay.
limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake
Right.
of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
So now we gotta
One
save
of the
Renan
citizens mentioned a
and
passage
Dennis.
that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction.
Come on
Let's go
then.
find
Why are we talking? Let's go. Alright, so more story.
I
All right,
didn't realize
so-
Renans oppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Right.
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Danon city we visited. I
This is
used to
true,
think it was
too.
impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
Okay, after this
More to
is
the
done,
point,
I have
not
something
a
I
single
gotta say
citizen
about
seems
this.
to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if
Right?
she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
I mean, that could be
It's still
possible.
too early to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
You know, I was too. God damn it, man. More
Tell
of the
me,
stories.
Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
It's called
I'm
charisma.
afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation.
Huh.
Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I wonder, does that work?
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it. How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Uh-oh.
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
Oh,
If
damn.
you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alvin and Law all of a sudden?
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
Oh, hell.
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
That's hilarious. Okay, so here's my thing. I understand anime logic, all that fun stuff, because, you know, I'm a big anime fan. But Alvin stabs Volron through
left to run
the
the show,
chest
I wonder what the people here are supposed to do.
with the blazing sword. It burned all the way through. And in all honesty, there is no way he should survive that.
I mean, there's sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Yep.
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Cannabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Right? They're all dead, too.
Why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow.
Right?
Nothing more.
And now they're dead.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, a little.
I mean, I
If
get
you're
that.
Curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
True enough. I mean, true. I completely agree. I just, you know, again, it's just one of those moments of, you know, I'm just like, wait a minute. Okay, we're not talking. Okay.
Yes.
We're not talking. We're not listening to all that. Because all they're doing.
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself?
Right.
Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Alright, let's talk about all these. Let's talk. We're not listening to these. Oh. Okay, so she's talking about Dohalim. We're not going through this because we're just going to get through these real
I
quick.
guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them, too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
She was actually talking about Dohalim. This is only this one here, yeah, and then the other two's up there. But on top of that, Alvin was in, like, from what I'm... Well, I never heard to think. House Valkyris. What do you want? Don't tell me. Oh, that dreadful Almadria. Alright, we're not listening to this. It's just talking
Ganabelt
about...
was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I mean...
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, In my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
Because he saw it as beneath him. But no, what I was saying is, Alphen was, if I remember correctly, Alphen was in like essentially like cryostasis. Like Alphen was straight up in like cryogenic stasis.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed, the effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
Right. Hey, how you doing? She's cute.
Pardon me.
She's angry. Uh-oh. Oh. Almadria. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna go past Almadria.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
Right.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but
Hey,
championed it as morally right too.
Hey, they're using
That
astrology.
doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Right, I am down. After this is all over, like when this game's over, if you guys want to talk, we can get on. I would love to do like a stream talk with y'all three, or with y'all two and me, and we can actually like talk about this and talk about little story stuff. What y'all say? That's if y'all want to. Volron. Oh, here's about Volron. Alright, cool. We're just skipping through that.
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
Right?
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganath Harros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
Well then, let's do it.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Right? Because we see them as evil
Despite
bastards.
the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities
Well, there
of
is this
Renan
little
society.
thing called YouTube. Go check out my YouTube channel, Crimson_Moon_Gaming. I have all the videos.
They tend to grow up fiercely competitive, but their loyalty
Just
to their
say it.
people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you, because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alpha, have you gained anything from all of this?
That the Renan Lords are just as evil as
I think
always.
it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Also,
They're still
for the
evil.
others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still.
Hold on,
just
guys.
because
Give me
they
a
had
second.
loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad
What is
because
up?
they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
But they were bad, though.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one.
Yeah,
I think that's
making-
something we've all seen.
Being
Shion
evil.
and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And
Right.
I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a
But-
fellow human being above all else.
But being a villain just makes you a villain, period. Alright. So where are we going? I'm guessing we're going back this way across because there's nothing else for us to do. Let's go.
There's something I just don't
More
get.
story, come on.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
So, who was it then?
Good point.
Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfreaked whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
Hanfreaked whatchamacallem.
Yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
I like whatchamacallit
You're
better.
saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
I mean, look at that. That's
struck you as a little bit odd?
That's what I'm saying. Isn't that weird?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own.
Right.
In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
Or you would think.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
Uh-oh.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
I mean,
if any luck,
there's the things I'm talking about.
Give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
That's right. Let us go. Straight ahead. Or you know what? Let's go up this way real quick. I was gonna see what's up here. Alright, there's just people. Well, that was a waste of time. But yeah, see that. Oh my god.
Doe?
Oh
Faria.
no. It's Faria.
Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was?
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already.
Hell no.
Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still...
Hey, I ain't killed nobody.
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out.
Damn.
Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you,
Bitch, no.
I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
What you here for? What
if killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait.
He's like, you're gonna kill me,
but wait. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
The whole thing's just straight up, it's like, I will die
Sure,
if I have to.
that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else.
Bitch, I gonna kill myself.
You're just a coward!
He just straight up said, I will let you kill me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's right behind us. Go back. Go back. And everybody's like, hey, we gonna talk about this?
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
So are we talking about the fact that there's a
Is it
crazy
true
woman?
what she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Yeah, we've murdered a lot of people on our way getting here.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia.
Look at
I have no
Dohalim.
intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to.
And then I will let her kill me.
Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Uh-oh. I mean, he's not wrong.
Some things are best left unsaid.
I mean, really, truly, Dohalim is not wrong. But we just missed the red woman. She was right there. The red woman was right behind us. People using astral arts and trying to save the day. Alright. Which way? Oh, we gotta go all the way around. Let us go! And we're running and running and running and running. Oh, we're taking that too. Random chest. Alright, let's keep on going. Man, this is a long way to run. Anything over there? Nope. Alright.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Must
right
be some sort of
before
rest
we-
and leisure area for the locals.
Right before we get to the bad shit.
Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together.
Okay.
Avakir, Faria, and Tarnigan. That was a lifetime ago now.
See, my question is, I want to know.
He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
Do they talk? I wonder.
He was once my
They
dearest,
know more
closest
about
friend,
that whole rage thing.
as well
Dohalim
as
gets every now and
Faria's
then.
betrothed. Despite Faria's lower class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing,
What secret is
I
that?
helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnigan and Avakir.
Aw, look at
It was a
Dohalim.
time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
My thing is,
I would have, once.
I would love
No,
to play the
I
violin
think
or
the
viola.
idea of
I think
breaking
it's
away
so
from
cool.
society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing.
Aw, Shion.
Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Right?
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart.
I mean,
And
is
even
it
then,
usually?
It only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnigan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnigan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society.
I mean...
But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Uh-oh. Come on, tell the
Tarnigan was
story.
no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
Shit, just lost.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
Nope.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done.
I mean,
as for what happened
that's
after,
kind of BS, though.
That you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now.
Right.
The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago.
I mean,
You've
she has a
saved
point.
so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today.
Aww.
So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But
I mean, but
I
that's
shall
what
do
makes
my
it...
best to heed your advice.
I mean, but that's what makes... I don't know. I don't know. I
He'll
think
be all right.
Yeah, I think so.
I couldn't
He's
sit
got
there
Kisara.
and...
It's important to have someone like that.
Right.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough.
Right.
And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
I mean, of course. Uh-oh, he overheard everything.
Alphen,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
I mean, because that's what I do.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Right?
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
You're welcome.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
I see a medic and supply officer
Alright.
over there. If they know you're with...
Yes, we're gonna sell that. No, we're not gonna sell any of those. Apple gels. Let's go ahead and stock back up on everything. Oh, we can get heavy treats now. Gotta get life bottles. Man, we gotta get everything. We don't need happy bottles. Wait a minute. Okay. How did we not have that for Shion? That was weird. That was actually weird that we didn't.
me. They'll likely offer their assistance.
Okay, now I gotta make sure everybody has the best gear on, because that just kind of made me worry. Wait a minute. Man, so she's probably... Man, what the hell? Alright, so everyone else has all their best equipment on and armor on. It was just... For some reason, they wanted to change out Shion's. Alright, so this way, I know we won't get that again. Alright, there we go. Alright. Let's rest. Yes, we're gonna cook. We're gonna heal up.
This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot.
Alright. Rest up. Get ready to go. Alright. Let's hit. Let's hit the bottom areas. Let's do this. Uh-oh. Oh, we got a long way to go. Let's go.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Man, we're not gonna avoid nothing.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menencia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No.
Uh-oh.
Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
I'm ready.
Astral energy.
See, oh,
Say no more.
being rid well.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Hell, they're all kinds of crazy.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed.
They said,
They
screw it.
seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Uh-oh.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves
That's
we
what I'm
met
gonna
back
say,
in
Ganteros.
Ganaheros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen
get 'em.
anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, they're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Right? Alright, let's go. We got a long way to go. Get out of her way, mutts.
Coming through!
Oh,
Now or never! Take this!
let's take the big one out.
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
There we go. Man.
Stand back. I'll trip it
What?
up.
I'm ready.
Oh, me and Ringwell again.
Say no more.
Uh-oh. I don't know what I was doing.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
I was just up in the air. Oh, big Zoogle.
Coming through.
Take this bug.
As if the normal creepy crawlies
Yep.
aren't disgusting enough.
And, uh-oh.
That's what my shield's for.
Damn it.
I'll leave it to you.
Man, how much... Out. That was changed.
Everyone hanging in there?
Oh yeah. More monsters.
In a bind.
Feisty one, eh? Not today.
Back off.
That may prove a thorn in our side.
In an instant.
Man, we're just like switching. We're just switching up on everybody. Just every time.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Well, that's good. Anything back here? Ooh, got a new recipe. Oh, we got more monsters.
Out of our way.
Oh, Dohalim. There we go.
I won't show you
Oh.
any mercy. Now you'll learn.
This ends now.
Yeah, we just all. Just keep on
A
keeping
comfortable
on.
win.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Oh, I guess that's the only way to go.
Ow! You are not done. Eat dirt.
Oh.
Penumbra.
Nice, I'll escape my
Yeah, let's get him.
I think I'll pass on the handle.
Ooh, I thought I dodged that one.
A charge like that could easily be
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
And I keep swearing I'm dodging those. Oh! Oh, it's the other one. I mean, that's a lot of stuff in itself. Woo. Woo. There we go.
All yours, Kisara.
Man, I like the crystal sword like thing there. I mean, there's a lot of 16 has a lot of fetch quests. All right, let's go this way. Oh, more monsters. Let's get them. There we go. There we go.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
And yeah. Uh-oh. Come back here. Come back here.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
There we go.
This ends now.
Consider yourself
I mean, okay, so I've realized something about RPGs.
Barely a blip on the radar.
When they say a 40-hour game, they mean it's a 40-hour game just the game. They're not meaning all the... Take all that. But yeah, they mean just from, you know, start to, you know, beginning to end. Not all the extra shit, not all the fun stuff. Oh. And honestly, I'm cool with them saying, hey, it's a 40-hour game, just start to finish, that's it. But I mean, yeah, see, I don't do that. I'll start playing and I get like me myself, I get hyper focused on games and I can spend forever. Unless I get up and walk away. If I walk away, I'm gone for a while.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
Uh-oh, we're here.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Uh-oh. Let's see it happen, Alphen. Sovereign power, activate. Hey, look, it worked.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
Then let's go. Uh-oh.
What?
What the?
Uh-oh. Astral energy! Uh-oh, look. It's Alphen.
You again.
And,
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony.
the Neora?
We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for.
Right.
Let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway.
This is true. Hey.
So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds.
She does.
But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other.
Well, you tell everyone else that.
So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
I mean, no one else did.
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's
tomato,
what we'll
tomato.
Do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
I mean, that makes sense. You gotta trust everybody.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alvin was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yep. Well, you just heard the name.
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alvin was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago.
Mass hallucination.
The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
Yep, mass
But
hallucination.
how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No. I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense.
Look at that, see?
Vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw?
I mean,
but how?
Weirder things have happened.
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
I mean...
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those.
Right.
Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened.
He's like, got that right, I can.
If it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can.
Alphen's
just
like
another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you.
Yep.
Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Uh-oh.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp.
Thoughts
After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
And look, we gotta... You see up ahead? We're gonna get full health back. That means we're gonna have boss fight. Let's go. We're gonna have boss fight, so we gotta heal completely. Let's go do this. Who are we fighting? Who are we fighting? We're fighting. I guarantee you, it's not gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be one of those fights you're like, why? See? It's the girl.
Faria, how did you get in here?
It's Faria.
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her?
She's all
she
ragey.
doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
Rage mode. Uh-oh. And she has the Dark Astral Core. See, that looks cool. Oh, it has 6 arms. I was gonna say Baraka.
Summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes.
Alpha's like, hey, no talking now. Listen.
What? I've never...
Okay, that's where we're going.
Faria to control Googles like that before?
How about with the
Oh.
Suspiciously like a master sword.
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Googles. Then we get some answers.
I mean,
Awaken and wreak havoc!
Yes, healing circle.
Take this! Masterful dash! Blue escape! Soaring light spear!
Mighty together!
Point flash!
there we go.
This ends now! You pick
Set on fire. Set on fire.
Do it. This ends now.
Me and Shion. Oh. And
Freezing storm. Sanguine block.
Plasma shock!
Here comes something big. Try to dodge.
alright, I'm trying to dodge.
Lunar corruption.
Whoa. Woo. Burn. Oh.
I didn't think you had it in you.
Oh.
Much I can say to that.
Thank you, Sarah.
What are you talking about? Stop his charge.
I'll crush you!
There we go. Tenebrous Claw.
Tenebrous Claw! Elusive deity! Take this! Evil Rage! Talon Hurricane!
Uh-oh. Woo. Whoa.
Now! You're mine! Savage Crush!
Man, come on.
Try harder! Not a chance to reclaim the soil! Awaken and wreak havoc!
Come on.
Elusive Fury! Look sharp!
Man. Alright, cool. We dropped that thing. Now you gotta find out why Ferraria had the Dark Astral Core.
Now it's just her!
Faria!
Faria. Why is it Ferraria?
Faria!
She's preparing another summoning.
Go there and knock it out of her
The
hand.
art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Knock it out of her hand.
Dohalim.
There you go.
Forgive me.
She was like, hey, let's go and gut punch.
Man,
I love
thought we were
that.
goners.
Forgive me.
Everything okay?
Wait, what?
Yes.
Ugh.
She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
What are you talking
Shion,
about?
please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
Man, that
We're
gut
not even
punch.
supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
I mean,
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
He's like, I followed y'all down there.
What are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit.
Right? Look at that. Friends know each other.
I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He's like, man. He's like, this shit's crazy.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Of course he does.
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong.
Slap him in the face.
Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're
my
fighting.
thing is like,
to
knock
put
his
an end
ass
to
out.
this whole
Like, just
messed
slap
up
him one
system
time.
that
Like,
treats
hey,
people as expendable.
shut up.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
Then let's go.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know
oh my
it
God,
hurts
still
to
listening.
hear,
Give me 1 second.
but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
Thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Heal. I know we probably don't need it, but we're healing anyway.
Oh, shucks.
More story
Do you
time.
think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
I mean, you saw it.
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The
Of
same
course it
person
was.
who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
I mean,
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
I mean, this is
It
war.
does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
I mean,
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to
mean,
find
it is
whoever
war,
it is,
so-
fast.
Alright, so we know that's the way we need to go. Right? Okay, so there's only one way to go. Let's go. All this seems like it's going to be just lots of exposition.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah,
Lots of exposition and...
it's that voice.
It's a
The
thief
will
voice.
of Dana's astral energy.
Oh. More backstory. It's the chamber. Arenas Alma. So the Sovereign has it in the right, the energy from the right eye, the Maiden in the left, and they're supposed to, like, I guess, like, activate the.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
Oh, and here goes all the bad stuff about to happen. I gotta admit, I do like the designs for. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's lovely. So is that how is that how the thorn started? Uh-oh. Oh, and then Alpin's power went crazy. Alpha's powers went crazy, destroyed a whole bunch of shit. Her thorns activated, so. So all that happened right then. It's kind of messed up, man.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
I mean...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
But you just described it.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
Something you can't describe. Let me describe it.
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into
Oh,
her.
wow.
It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago.
Right?
No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
I mean...
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience.
Right?
If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Right? But still, I mean, I get what Law is saying, though.
Let's keep moving.
I do understand what Law's
If
saying.
it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Because think about it, like
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going.
you can't say Dennis will
These
wouldn't
really are
want to
Naomi's
him.
memories we're watching. There could be truths in them I was never aware of.
Then let's keep going.
And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
Let's keep going.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
I mean, oh, more story.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
I mean,
What do you make of it? Do you still
have
think
a
the will
sovereign
of
and a
Dana
maiden
might
right
be
there.
involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost type stuff.
Right.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
I mean,
Wait.
why wouldn't it?
He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if
Right?
a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place?
I mean,
And
why
what
wouldn't
if
it be?
those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers,
I
I do
mean,
not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
I mean,
More
is
to
it
the
far-fetched?
How does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years.
I mean, why
Whoever
couldn't
left
it though?
for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
I mean, seriously, why couldn't it though? That's what I don't get. Like, they're like, hey, this couldn't happen like this, but like, why couldn't it? You know, if we have all this energy, and you've seen all kinds of weird shit going on so far, the spiritual shouldn't be like the most far-fetched thing for you guys.
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past.
I'd be afraid.
I have to be ready to face anything.
All the way forward.
I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that.
Let's go. See, I like when it asks you that question. That means you know you're getting closer and closer to, like, the end of things. Uh-oh. Let's go.
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
Why are we going here?
I want
No.
to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right?
Right?
Sure. We can check it out.
So this is the room where... Was this the room? No.
This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Right?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
Let's Scooby-Doo this. Alright. More story. The more
The people
Forbidden
of
Zone.
Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
I mean...
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it.
Right?
If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How did they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Right? That means
Did
they
no
have
one
people.
ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again,
You gotta have
sovereigns in
people.
Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. The That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
I mean, what are we gonna find here? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we can find. Let's keep on looking. Turn on the computer.
I think I can make this work.
I mean, that's one way to turn it on.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years.
Wonder if
Let's
I'm in
see.
there. Wonder if Alfred's in there.
A composite being capable of controlling Danon astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danon. Codename Sovereign.
Oh.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Cores.
I was gonna say, we found out about Master Cores.
With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
I mean,
think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden.
I mean, that makes sense.
Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it?
Specialized...
Did you find
what
something?
happened?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign.
Uh-oh.
It's your call.
Read it.
It's like...
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
Uh-oh. They didn't care enough to give him anything else.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Oh, that's gotta suck.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Volron.
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name.
Right.
Volron.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun,
Volron?
dun.
But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
Everybody's making everybody.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
Huh.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean
everybody
that
else
none
sucked.
of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Right.
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena.
Uh-oh.
The crown contest was never about deciding
All
a new
lies.
ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Right?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme.
Yep, she's just a pawn.
She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
Right.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
I mean...
So this is where Alphen became the...
We're not going to be looking through all that.
Only 2 sovereigns.
That's a lot of
over
stuff to look through.
300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case,
right?
Why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Dohalim's like, man.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
Well, I mean...
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Of course.
Yeah. We wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
We'll watch you just rage out.
No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
Alphen's like, I'm mad. I don't know who the fuck to be mad at. Alright, let's continue. We're not reading through all those. Alright, we're going the right way. What's in here? Oh, this is the room that we came in the flashback. Where all the, what's it called to it? The people were researching. But still, that would have to suck. Knowing that, you know, a room unchanged over 3 centuries, it's like time itself has stopped here. That would suck to just like come in here and know that all this stuff, like, come to find out you were like legit created. Oh. More of the will of Dana.
Naori,
Why am I naked?
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
No, why am I
The
naked?
mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep.
This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin.
It's like, Naori, did you take a look at things?
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode.
Uh-oh.
The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But...
Uh-oh.
If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it.
Don't just go with me.
I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough.
Here's my thing.
Please, live for me, Alphen.
She stripped your ass naked and threw you in there and said, go.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Man, that sucks.
If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
And now she's dead.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
I am going to...
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so
get with her
desperately to protect
ancestor.
her at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me. It made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
And now... and now I have a crush on her ancestor. Because that's always a great thing to have. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's go down the halls real quick. Let's see what's down these halls real quick before we just... Nothing there. Oh, there's something there. Let's take it anyway. Okay, I have a feeling we're not going to come back here. Then let's go. Uh-oh.
This place.
It's the same room.
We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renaissance was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
Yep. This is
The
where the thorn
Renaissance
started.
isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Right? The hell? Pretty much.
Naori.
What is this?
Uh-oh.
Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
Uh-oh.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us.
You got a point.
All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself.
The bad thing is, I don't think...
Renus Alma was
Okay,
intended to control
talk
his
here in a minute.
power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
But instead...
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
What happened?
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own.
Oh, hell.
I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late.
And that's how the
Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done.
Oh, that sucks.
With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how.
And then it just transferred. That's how the thorns came.
Since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renus Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first.
But they did, right.
With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renus Alma instead.
But what happened?
That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renus Alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana.
And he was unconscious.
My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renus Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear.
It's like, hopefully
Even
it
if
wasn't
by doing
Alphen.
so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Aww.
Wait, you can't just...
And there ain't nothing she can do about it now.
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or
sounds like it.
Was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Oh. Got the ceremonial suits.
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
And these are the suits I'll be wearing the
So
rest
you're
of the
saying
game.
this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Because it's
Naori
time.
must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
Yep,
these outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Right. So these outfits will never be changed.
Locating the Renis
anymore.
Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
Then let's
It
do
makes
it.
sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
Right.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign.
Now we just gotta get through this Alma.
Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns.
Then let's do it.
Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
But we gotta be
Right.
somewhat
It's
optimistic.
the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
In the entire world.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
It's like, let's do it.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Right.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Then let's do it.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Damn right.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I love
shall lend my
optimism.
services. My knowledge of Renin lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Huh. Anyway, he's not wrong.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
Wherever we go.
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion.
Look at that. See, I know how this works. I know how this stuff works.
Now
I
let's
read
get
enough
moving,
anime.
shall
I
we?
watched enough anime and read enough
Last
books.
I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop.
Yeah.
Thank you, Naori.
Now it's time.
So Naori sealed away
Uh-oh.
a power that made me lose control of myself. She
More
stopped
story.
my rampage and saved my life.
Even though we just heard
Then,
this.
that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you
it's
was because
Naori's
of the
fault.
ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then
I
fell
mean,
asleep for 300 years.
It is
The
Naori's
reason
fault.
you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all
Let's
leads
get
back
rid
to
of them.
But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my
Right.
thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns.
Then
The
you're
touch
gonna
of
get
my
it.
family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together.
Like,
I
why is it always
wished
smacking
I could
Law?
experience them for myself and finally know what they were like.
It's like holding everyone
Is it
else.
really okay for me
smacking
to
Law.
believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't.
How do you know?
Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live...
Goddamn right.
There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah. You're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead. And it's for my sake.
She's like,
so
hey.
I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
Aww.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good.
Aww.
I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
You tell him, Alphen. And now we got more points that we can't use on anything. Because everything, I'm pretty sure everything is full now. Yep, everything is full now. Alright. The woman with no walls.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Right?
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people.
She stayed behind to let
It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh?
She had no walls.
I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know
You're her living will.
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way. Showing us what we can aspire to.
Yep. Alright. Now before we go on, time to give everyone else their outfits, because we gotta go, we're getting all the good stuff now. I'm keeping that hairstyle though. You know what? You know, I still like this look on Dohalim. I do. I'm giving them all the stuff I want to give them now. Like the red and black. Let's see. You know what? We're gonna go the... I should go silver and white. I like that on her. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Nah, we'll go with the... Yeah. And then... we gotta go... I like that black and gold. On the side, yeah, bam. Alright. I think everybody is all nice and ready to go. Let's make sure everyone's equipment is good to go. Somehow it gave me something different. Make sure this isn't... give the best stuff again. Because they want to change this for some reason every time. Alright. Alright, and... I was told I need to keep these on to make them stronger. So we're going to do that. Because apparently they get stronger the more you take stuff out. Alright, so let's get down here. And also, one of the things I was saying was I don't think Alphen was in love with Naori. I think Alphen actually legit was in love with is in love with Shion though. I think Naori was just more of that catalyst. Alright, let's go. Forbidden Zone. Let's do this.
That's quite some door, all right.
Let's get it
this
here.
This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
Let's get him.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Let's do
this.
Go
for it, Alphen.
Man, I thought that was supposed to be black. Why does it look more silver? Uh-oh. Whoa.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Let's do it. Uh-oh. You know what? There's one thing I want to do, because we're going to get to this part at least. Because that's supposed to be black, but it keeps coming off silver. We're going blue. There. Strange manner.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Right?
Yeah,
this place looks crazy.
Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
Or the fact that
this place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back.
Oh, this is something that's going on.
This isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
And this is the wrong time to be all talking and chummy when there's about to be a war happening up ahead. Let's go. Battle time.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Uh-oh.
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
Uh-oh.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
And that's the Renis Alma, ain't it?
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Wait a minute.
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
Oh, hell.
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
Take the Renis Alma.
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
Oh, we already stopped that.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
Right?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, We need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alvin, look!
Oh, there's the red woman.
So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
Oh, there's a lot of red women.
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
There's multiple red women. And now they're red monsters? Oh well.
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
Ooh, who cares? Take them out.
I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
Either way it goes, take them out. Hit them hard, hit them fast.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alvin. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
There we go.
This one's mine.
I'll finish you here and now!
Man. Whoa. Man, they're everywhere. Oh, shit. Come back here. Burn them all. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. Man, everybody, these things are everywhere. Uh-oh. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Where are you going?
Man. Man, these guys are...
Can't get out of this!
You picked the wrong
Man.
fight.
No, 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 no.
You're mine! Shattering Bestow thy mercy! Tectonic punch! Storm! Fairy circle!
Oh.
I'm on a roll now! I'm not...
Uh-oh.
None shall escape my judgment.
Dust to dust!
I'm ready.
Talent storm!
Ray!
Alright.
Don't suffer in silence! Radiant here! Eat this! Take this! Talent hurricane! Rising phoenix! I'll burn it all!
Yep, that's a new one. I got it.
Flaming pillar! Fire!
I actually got the second one. Alright, I will check it out. I'm actually glad I got the second one off. It usually takes me forever to figure out how to do it. There we go. Burn everybody. Man. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Uh-oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come back here. Woo. I still can't believe I got past that one.
I'm ready! Commander of Heaven!
Fire! Fire! Lots of fire. All the fire. Burn everybody.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Nothing's over.
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
Uh-oh. Kamikaze.
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
Alpha's like, I still got this.
Okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Well, we're taking that from you, Volron.
Who said you could touch that?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Damn it! He's awake!
Who cares?
I
Beat you
should've
once.
thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally, it was built for me, after all.
We already beat you once. We can do it again.
We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
I don't
You
know
cut
why.
me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
Run him through right now. Or shoot him in the face.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Shoot him in the
Are you
face.
going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Shoot him in the face.
Rattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They
So
were
Volron's
locked 300
Danan too?
years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
So Volron's
Then you mean
Danan.
Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a...
Uh-oh.
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
Uh-oh.
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters.
I mean, I get that.
I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
You should have shot him in the face.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Man. Should have shot him in the face.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alva!
The vibration knocked my controller off the... More explosions. Run.
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphen!
Leave all running. Shoot him in the face. Jump. You gotta jump. Alphen's like, I got you. Ran. Then I gotta do the slow jump. Alpha's like, I don't care how much this hurts. I got you.
Go. But no, I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Man, you should have shot him.
Let's go.
Should have shot him.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything, who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Burnt to a crisp.
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red
Man.
women.
Should
What
have
the
shot
heck
him.
was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
He is barbecue.
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now.
If you would have shot him in the face, it
Whatever's
would have been
stolen from
okay.
us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Going to Rena.
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
Then let's go get it.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have
Let's
the
go do it.
Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
All right.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
All right, so let's heal up. Let's hear this last one about the red woman.
I didn't
then
see that
we're
coming
going
about
to
Volron.
call it.
As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Who
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
Right?
How about you, Shion? Dohalim? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never.
That'd be terrifying.
However, if they're the same
Ren
as
and
the red
Zoogle
woman
hybrid.
we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume
excuse
they
me.
understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena. And Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they
Too
blew
late now.
themselves up before we got the chance.
It's too damn bad.
Why would they do such a thing, though? To
They
take us
don't
with
care.
them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renaissance too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us
Next time
everything
we
they know.
meet them, we're going to blow them up. All right. So yeah, guys, that was a very enlightening episode. We got some stuff done. All kinds of stuff happened. Got a new picture. But yeah, guys, I want to say thank you all again for hanging out with me. You guys are amazing as always. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for just hanging out and chatting with me. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Every little bit helps. You guys have been amazing. Don't forget to check out Dicey Fate, both on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. Story's going great. We're trying to get stuff done. Don't forget to check us out on Sundays on Twitch with me and Sona as our group Tall Tales, Dicey Fate Tall Tales are on there as well, you know, playing. But yeah, guys, anyway, I love you guys so much. I will see y'all tomorrow with more tales. Hopefully we'll be getting to the end of this here soon. And I love y'all. Have a good night. Later.